happens to be June the 13th, and we're almost halfway through June. Well, it has been quite a journey for me for the last 2 weeks. I have been enjoying some time off, but also spending some time with you. And I was thinking about a quote that was, of course, I put onto my short, what we call YouTube Shorts today. So check that out as well. And simply goes, today is the only day that we have. Now, I've probably spoken about the fact of each and every day and maximizing each moment. So I just want to encourage you today to live each day. Now, one of the songs that I used to listen to, and the group was actually called the Grassroots. It was interesting that Jimmy Durante said, this group of young men, they are called the Grassroots. They don't need, or they need their own gardener. I thought that was kind of cute. Anyway, the Grassroots sang a song that went like this: let's live for today. And it is really, it sounds kind of 60s and kind of, hippie type of thought. But really, the reality of the situation is there is 184,000 seconds this day. And during this time period, statisticians tell us that at least 1.3 people will pass into eternity. Now, most of those individuals never thought that they would pass into eternity. When they started off the day. But as the day progresses, of course, there is always that opportunity. I happen to ride a motorcycle, and because I ride a motorcycle, I recognize that every day that I ride my motorcycle, there is a slight possibility that I may not come back. Now, of course, I don't ride in the city anymore, so the possibility of me coming back is greatly advanced because now I live in a smaller town. But the reality of the situation is that we only have this day. I like what Ruth Graham Lott said when she said this: I live my life as if the Lord could come back in the next 5 minutes. She says, that way I maximize each and every moment. And in that way, I make, of course, an impact when I am with someone, and that the things that I have to say are going to be measured in that particular light of eternity. In fact, it was J. Oswald Smith who wrote a book, and Hannah Hurnard also as well wrote a book called Living in the Light of Eternity. That means that, and I'm not trying to be morbid, and I'm not trying to be macabre about this particular situation. I just want you to live today as if this is the final day. And please remember one thing: today is the only day that we have. Tomorrow, or it will be the future. And of course, yesterday was the past. Now, I want to remind you that most things that we do yesterday, we can't do again. And sometimes there are things that happened yesterday that are carryover to today, which of course we are able to follow through on. For example, my wife and I, the early part of this week, we were working on a play set. And what happened was there were things that we didn't get done the first day that we got done the second day. And then there were things that we're waiting on so that we can finish the project. For example, I had to send away to through Home Hardware to get a couple of brackets so that I could attach the swing part of the swing set. Now, what was really interesting is I picked up my granddaughter and also as well her cousin from school yesterday. And the very first thing they did was run into the yard and check out that part of the playground that we had made. And they said, Grandpa, this is kind of cool. I thought, yeah, that's really good. And here's something as well that happened yesterday that may or may not happen today. Yesterday, of course, my granddaughter Mira, who is 7 years old, she has a habit of wrestling with me. And it was really a lot of fun. She said, Grandpa, take your glasses off. So that just automatically means it's ready to rumble. Now, what was so cool is that we got to spend some time together. We got to spend some time, building our relationship. And so every day I give you a little piece of advice: build relationships, build happy memories. Remember, you're on a journey and you're not at your destination. Your final destination is when you pass into eternity. So basically, enjoy every single day. Now, I've also noticed that as you get older, you begin to enjoy more and more every day. When you're younger, you think that you have all the time in the world. And so you take life in that perspective. And it's also amazing how you will basically waste time when you think that you have all the time in the world. But when you know that the only day that you have, that you maximize every moment and you maximize every relationship and you enjoy the journey just a little bit more. And for example, today and tomorrow, we're going to be having a rodeo here in the community in which I live. Now, my wife, for example, she's going to be going down to the local store and she's going to make chili today. And I'm hoping that she'll give me some of it later on today as well. And then tomorrow morning, we're going to have the big parade. Now, the interesting fact is that the parade actually goes right by our house. Isn't that something? We actually bought an old bed and breakfast. And so our home is right on one of the main streets in the small town that we live. And so the parade is going to go right past our house. All we have to do is put out our lawn chairs and enjoy the parade. That is kind of cool. And I mean, they dress up the car and they get the marching band out there and they have the old car exhibit. Tomorrow, I'm going to take my classic truck down for the show and shine. And there's all kinds of neat things that you can do. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, but I also am looking forward to today. And so let's maximize the day that we have. It was David who said this: "This is the day which the Lord hath made. I will rejoice and be glad." What David was saying is, listen, the day that you have, be grateful. Have an attitude of gratitude. And remember, you have another day to impact people. It was Jeremiah who said in Lamentations 3:23, "The mercies of God are new every morning. Great is his faithfulness." So today, make sure that you understand the mercies of today, the blessings of today, the promises of today, the benefits of today, and maximize the results of today. And also, as well, make it your aim and goal to love people, to interact with people with positivity, to have an attitude of gratitude and thanksgiving. Be thankful for the blessings of the day. Now, I do understand that from time to time, you're going to have some, dark periods of the day. And how you react to those dark periods are also going to help you or tear you down during the day. Reaction and attitude is very important. In fact, we had a guy in our church. His name was Tyson. And when Tyson said something, I always thought he said this: attitude is the only thing. And I like that. I saw a phrase in a church years ago that said, attitude is everything. And then I added to it when I put it up in my church, attitude is everything in the things of God. So remember today that as you walk through this day, now it happens to be where I am, not really early in the morning. I slept in today, but it's still morning here. And there's still a lot of things that I have to do throughout this day. And I'm looking forward to each and every moment. For example, in a little few moments, I'm going to have to go and take my daughter to work because she lives in the same small town. She said to me yesterday, she says, Dad, I am going out and I'm going to do some riding today. You see, my wife and my daughter, they own horses, as well as my daughter in law. They have between all of them 9 horses. So, one of the things that my family loves to do most days is interact with horses. We got kind of a heartland thing going on right here. So, it's kind of cool. And on Monday, for example, I am going to be building a tack room for the ladies. And so that's going to be fun. It seems like every day there's something new for me to do. And there's something for you to do as well. Let's us today maximize this day. Let us enjoy the moments that we have this day. And let's enjoy the journey that we have each and every single day. I was thinking about a Facebook post that I saw this morning. It says, Our lives are like books. And I like this. It says, Many people only look at the cover. Very few happen to read the introduction. Others will listen to the critics. And then the last part is, but very few actually read the contents. So today, let's be on a journey of discovery. Let's be on a journey of faithfulness and honesty and integrity. Let us also as well be people that are inspirational, mentors, and role models. And remember this is a nice little thought. People may not always remember what you said, but they will always remember how you made them feel. So make sure that when people are with you, they'll be glad that you are part of their lives and not glad that you left. Just think about that for a few minutes. My name is Robert Dean Steele. Thanks for spending time with me. You have yourself a great and godly day.